So as Donald Trump was trying to frantically post away his emotions or whatever the heck he was doing, as President Biden was absolutely crushing it during the State of the Union. One of the things Donald Trump posted is like, why is the fake news media saying that President Biden's speech was fiery? Don't call it that. You're the fake news. But then one of the things that Trump said that got a reaction from his MAGA followers, like over 5,000 responses, which is huge for Truth Social, is when Donald Trump tried to say, no, Joe Biden, I'm the reason for the vaccine. You didn't do anything when it came to COVID-19. It was me who did everything. And then Donald Trump's base, which is 100% MAGA, because Donald Trump and people like Marjorie Taylor Greene and others, because as Donald Trump says, the Republican Party now is 100% MAGA. Part of the position of the Republican Party, like one of their platforms, is to be against vaccines. It's like the strangest thing ever. It's also why I say they're not a conservative party anymore, because when was a conservative principle ever, or just why is that a political thing that you like hate vaccines? It's because Donald Trump and others made it political. Here's Trump's post. Trump goes, the pandemic no longer controls our lives. The vaccines that saved us from COVID are now being used to help beat cancer, referring to a statement that President Biden made during the State of the Union, turning setback into comeback. And then Donald Trump writes in all caps, you're welcome, Joe. 9-month approval time versus 12 years that it would have taken you, ! And that kind of triggered his MAGA supporters, who Donald Trump trained to be anti-vax by attacking the vaccine. For example, Donald Trump would, at his speeches, he goes and one of the applause lines he gets is when he says things like this. Play the clip.
And I will not give one penny to any school that has a vaccine mandate or mask mandate.
So, Donald Trump, here are some of the responses to Trump's post. One of the MAGA followers go, the vax is causing cancer. I'd back away from it. Again, all this stuff is just the complete, let me be very clear, is the lies and disinfo that Trump has trained his people on. Patriot LK goes, my mother and her 2 friends, my daughter-in-law's father and my own sister-in-law all died from the vax. Do not promote that crap ever again. Clot shots. I also watched the movie Vaxxed and Vax 2. Why are we poisoning our children? Sir, please drop Vax. There is more evil wrapped around that. Someone named Belinda Charton wrote, I love and support you on most issues, but I strongly agree on this one. Virgil McNett writes, sir, please stop with the vaccine. It was a terrible mistake. Somebody else goes, the vaccine was a disaster. Then someone goes, it's not true. The shots are causing turbo cancers, the person says. And by the way, do you remember when the MAGA Republicans were actually asking a doctor about that? And the doctor was like, what in the world are you even talking about? The MAGA Republicans hold these hearings in the House of Representatives. Do you remember that? Let me just play that clip for you too, so you can see when you have an intelligent person explaining things. Here, play this clip.
Dr. Marks, you said a moment ago that the vaccine booster alone saved hundreds of thousands of lives. How many lives have been saved by the COVID-19 vaccine generally?
It's estimated in the United States, about 3.2 million lives, and it's estimated that globally, COVID-19 vaccines have saved over 14 million lives, conservatively.
And we lost more than 1 million people to COVID-19.
That's correct, about 1.1 million. I kept the daily record of the number of people dying, which got up to about 3,300, about a World Trade Center disaster a day.
Deborah Birx, who was former President Trump's White House coronavirus response coordinator, stated that a sequence of missteps and mistakes made by the prior administration's pandemic response cost hundreds of thousands of American lives. So I take it one of the points you have to make is that the public health response of the federal government makes a huge difference in terms of health outcomes for the American people?
I would agree with that.
Whether it's measles or tuberculosis or COVID-19, would you agree that vaccines save lives in the aggregate?
I think that by definition, for us to approve or authorize a vaccine, there has to be overwhelming evidence that many more lives are saved than might be taken by a vaccine. In other words, the safety has to be, profile by definition has to be excellent.
Most clothes are uncomfortable or too tight or never actually the size you really are, not to mention the annoyance of trying to put a good outfit together. Everyone wants to dress their best and look good at all times because, frankly, it's a confidence booster. So here's the deal. Men's closets were due for a radical reinvention, and Rhone stepped up to the challenge. Rhone's commuter collection is the most comfortable, breathable, and flexible set of products known to man, and here's why. Rhone helps you get ready for any occasion with the commuter collection, which offers the world's most comfortable pants, dress shirts, quarter zips, and polos. You never have to worry about what to wear when you have the Rhone commuter collection. Rhone's comfortable four-way stretch fabric provides breathability and flexibility that leaves you free to enjoy what life throws your way, from your commute to work to your 18 holes of golf. It's time to feel confident again without the hassle. With Rhone's wrinkle release technology, wrinkles disappear as you stretch and wear the products. It's that easy. And with Gold Fusion anti-odor technology, you'll be smelling fresh and clean all day long. And on top of that, Rhone is 100% machine washable, so you can ditch the dry cleaner altogether. I absolutely love Rhone. It's comfortable yet professional and has truly become my favorite clothing. We're on the move a lot, whether it's jumping from meeting to meeting or catching a flight or doing a hot take, whatever. Rhone Commuter Collection has never let me down. The versatility and overall comfort of the collection is undefeated. Even after I wear it all day, I still feel super fresh because of that Gold Fusion anti-odor technology. The Commuter Collection can get you through any workday and straight into whatever comes next. Head to Rhone.com/Meidas and use that promo code Meidas to save 20% off your entire order. That's 20% off your entire order when you head to RHONE.com/MEIDAS and use that code Meidas. It's time to find your corner office comfort. Yes, and that's what an intelligent person looks like, as opposed to Donald Trump when he was in office, saying that like a miracle it was all going to go away. Here, play this clip.
It's going to disappear. One day it's like a miracle. It will disappear. And from our shores, it could get worse before it gets better. It could maybe go away. We'll see what happens. Nobody really knows.
Or Donald Trump telling us to inject bleach. Remember that? Play this clip.
We hit the body with a tremendous, whether it's ultraviolet or just very powerful light. And I think you said that hasn't been checked, but you're going to test it. And then I said, supposing you brought the light inside the body, which you can do either through the skin or in some other way. And I think you said you're going to test that too. Sounds interesting.
Get the right folks who could.
Right, and then I see the disinfectant where it knocks it out in 1 minute. And is there a way we can do something like that by injection inside or almost a cleaning? Because you see it gets on the lungs and it does a tremendous number of the lungs. So it'd be interesting to check that. So that you're going to have to use medical doctors with. But it sounds interesting to me. So we'll see. But the whole concept of the light, the way it kills it in 1 minute, that's pretty powerful.
And so I could show you thousands of more of these posts. I don't. I want to be very clear that all of these posts from these MAGA people are spreading medical disinformation and lies, and I'm trying to flag that for, of course, an educational purpose to show you that part of what this Republican Party has become and part of what it means to be 100% MAGA, as Donald Trump says the Republican Party is now, is that you have to hate vaccines. The heck? What a strange thing. By the way, here's Donald Trump saying that they're 100% MAGA. Here, play this clip.
And they say, always trying to demean, well, MAGA really represents 48% of the Republican Party. No, it represents 96% and maybe 100%. We're getting rid of the Romneys of the world. We want to get Romneys and those out.
Well, and I guess, he has his daughter-in-law now as the head of the RNC. Lara Trump's the head of the RNC, everybody. Here, let me just show you, play this clip.
Rule 5B, nominations are now closed. We will now move to a vote. The question is on the election of Lara Trump as co-chairman of the Republican National Committee. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed, please say no. The ayes have it, and Lara Trump is elected as co-chairman of the Republican National Committee. Madam Co-Chair, congratulations. I would like to invite you to the podium to make a few remarks.
And by the way, RFK Jr. now trying to attack Donald Trump from the anti-vax side of things, saying Donald Trump clearly hasn't learned from his COVID-era mistakes. Folks, this ain't normal. This is not what politics should be. We need to follow the science. We need to just act like adults and act reasonably and responsibly and in an informed way. This MAGA stuff is out of control. But it is enjoyable to watch Donald Trump supporters attack him for his frantic live posts over and over and over again, as President Biden did great. Now, let me just show you this clip of President Biden. Play the clip.
A president, my predecessor, failed the most basic presidential duty that he owes to American people, the duty to care. I think that's unforgivable.
Anyway, thank you so much for watching this. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 3 million subs together. Have a good one.
Hey Midas Mighty, love this report? Continue the conversation by following us on Instagram @MeidasTouch to keep up with the most important news of the day. What are you waiting for? Follow us now.